This course has taught me the importance of effective communication, not only in my current life, but in the near future. Communication skills are extremely important in finding, maintaining, and advancing in a job. I've learned that communication is so much more than just words. It encompasses gestures and tone, and is affected by preconceived biases, mood, and other psychological and physiological influences. Channels are really important because they affect the richness or leanness of the message. It's also important when choosing a medium of communication to consider how much detail, the control of detail, message, and attention that you want the receiver to have. Since I began this course, I've become more reflective. I spend time thinking about how much I practice self-disclosure in my own life. After reading the text, I've decided that self-disclosure is actually really important because it gives others insight and helps you construct others' perceptions of yourself. And it's also really important in establishing relationships with other people. I've learned that others manage impressions when they decide or don't decide to disclose. I've learned that different ways that cultures affect interpersonal communication. Cultures have different norms and values, and so obviously they have different means of communication. So we had the exercise, and I talked about how Japanese culture is very passive in the way that they communicate with each other. A lot of their communication is through gestures and tones and very subtle things. And in America, we're very assertive and explicit in the things that we say. Like in Japan, you don't really call someone out or single someone out because it's kind of rude and it's like bad for their reputation. But in America, we would call someone out. We're very assertive. I apply this to my life. I was a hostess this summer, and so I was kind of reflecting on how I dealt with a lot of like foreign customers and just people who had different cultures, and I was thinking about how maybe a lot of times I could have come off as very assertive to people who weren't from America. Self-disclosure has a lot of benefits. As we found out in the text, you can get things off of your chest, talk your problems out. Often people reveal personal information to you. They reciprocate it when you disclose to them. I learned that appropriate self-disclosure is good for relationships, so it can be a really healthy thing. People manage impressions when they choose to reveal. They manage their impressions by what they choose to reveal. Obviously people want to look good, so they're not going to really reveal embarrassing things. We learned about alternatives to self-disclosure, which include silence, lying, equivocations, and hints, which isn't really something I'm thought about before, so I thought that was interesting. Perception checking relates to me personally and professionally because it is an effective model to communicate how a certain behavior made you feel, and it gives you an opportunity to verify if there was a correct or incorrect interpretation. You can use this technique to approach a boss, employee, coworker, peer, and basically just anyone else that you're having an issue with or kind of any kind of misunderstanding. I would definitely use this model in my personal life instead of just making an assumption because someone acted a certain way or said something a certain way. I could maybe tell them how it came across to me and how it made me feel, and then ask them if that was correct or not. So, yeah.